Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Blood Lament, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e adventure of dark secrets and mystical terror. And welcome to the channel. This is Tabletop Bob. This is my creative outlet for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. My name is Bob. I'll be your dungeon master tonight. I have a terrific group here, players from all over my channel, different campaigns, and we're going to do some introductions in just a second. But let's also welcome the viewers here on Twitch and YouTube. Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight?
The viewers on Twitch and YouTube or us?
All of us. Everyone.
I'm doing great.
Fantastic.
Everyone's good.
That's great. Yep.
Can't wait.
Look at this. We got Brian in the YouTube chat. Kevin, Christian, welcome. So if you're tuning in here today, you're in for a special treat. As I mentioned, we're playing Blood Lament. This is a adventure that was actually part of a Kickstarter that I backed a while ago from Esper the Bard. If you don't know who Esper is, I have the link down below for esperthebard.com, which is his website. You can find all of his products there. He has a book that he just produced called Esper's Emporium of Esoterica, and it's a 5e supplement book, but it's an awesome supplement. The whole group and I were chatting about how awesome it was in the before we went on live, but it really is a fantastic book. What are your thoughts, everyone, after looking and making characters in it?
It's amazing.
Oh, cool.
I was blown away by how detailed and full it was.
Right, it's like exactly like D&D.
Yeah,
It's incredibly in-depth. The choices are very cool. It gives a lot of options and some new things to do too as well.
Yeah, I think the artwork is beautiful, and I think you can see it's really well thought out from someone who's played D&D for a long time and enjoyed it. Like it improves on some house rules. I really enjoyed reading it.
It made me want to play all of the character options,
Yeah.
but I guess I had to share with you guys too.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with D&D in general. You might have so many ideas that you want to try out, but not enough time. So, well, luckily we have some time tonight. So we're gonna jump in and dive into the game in just a minute. But I do want to just put a couple of things out there, some announcements, quick things. First off, if you'd like more D&D 5e content, you can also subscribe to the channel. You can hit that bell icon for notifications. You can also check out all my other campaigns, which we have a couple of them, and one of them is actually going to be ending very soon, sadly, in a way. It's always sad to end an adventure. So the Icewind Dale crew, Stefano and Andrew, you're a part of it. Everyone, this Wednesday, we have the finale recap video. So I have been working for the last 2 weeks along with Stefano and CJ and a couple of other players to figure everything out and get these right clips that we want, because this recap video is going to be epic. It's set to music, and it's going to really just kind of encapsulate the entire campaign. I did it for Supernatural 20. Michelle, you remember you were part of that. It really brings back the good memories. So I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm excited to share that with you all this Wednesday. It'll be live premiering here on the channel at 8:30. And then another promo. Nate and John, are you excited for episode 12 of The Keep on the Borderlands, The Curious Case of the Missing Crates?
I love the title. Phenomenal. So much fun to play.
Well, that is this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. live here on the channel, and that name was actually created as part of a group think in the Discord, which you can check out my Discord down below and join the conversation. So that's Thursday. And then the last promo before we get started is for something coming up in the new year. This is a nice little mini series. We're going to be playing 2 episodes for this game. But in January, starting January 4th, I have Rank Amateurs. Not the heroes we deserve or need. And that's going to be a all goblinoid miniseries. I believe it's going to be 3 parts, and that's going to start January 4th. So there's quite a bit here going on, so just wanted to give everybody a couple updates. But yeah, so we're ready to play. You all set?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So
Go.
let's dive in here. We'll start with the character introduction. So we'll begin. We'll go left to right on the screen. Stefano, tell us who you are.
Hey guys, I am playing Teepo, the Ichorite Swarmkeeper Ranger. Ichorite being a new race from the book, from the Emporium of Esoterica. And Ichorite is a living statue, given a divine purpose.
Yep, that's right, and that's a new race in Esper's Emporium. So we're interested to see how that new race plays. All right, then we're going to go to Michelle.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am playing Morpheus, the Loxodon Cleric. Morpheus is a cleric of the Majesty domain, which is also from the one and only Esper the Bard. And this is a cleric class that pursues transcendence, much like Morpheus himself. I'm excited to show this to you guys.
Nice. I'm excited to see, and because you are the cleric, you said you have the NPC, and that's going to, yeah. So go. You want to talk more?
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
So a cleric of the Majesty domain, such as myself, also has a celestial servant. And so my supernatural thrall, celestial servant, is called Neo. And Neo, you may or may not be familiar with this character, but he's just a slim, kind of average looking dude who may or may not have a couple tricks up his sleeve.
There we go. Yes, and good call in the chat. They are 4th level, which I'll make sure I put in the description for the future viewings. But 4th level, that is the recommended level for this adventure. All right, and then we go to Nate.
Sorry, the unmute. Howdy, folks. I am playing Ugg, the Swamp Dwarf Barbarian. I am a Rever Barbarian, which is out of Esper's as well. And not only that, but a Swamp Dwarf, a new race, and very interesting. I can grow fungi on myself, my Lith Veneer. They can do some pretty cool stuff, so we'll see what happens.
That's right. You are a fun
very
guy, Nate. You are a fun guy.
That's really what I was getting after. So thank you. Yeah, traveling marauder.
That's right. Moving on over to John.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be playing a Paragon from the book. So we're talking about a new race here. I'm sorry, a new class. Really interesting, this new class. My name is Adrastos Delice, which translates loosely as undaunting will in ancient Greek. And that is exactly what this Paragon class kind of has. I'm the Paragon, the myth of the hero, and I believe that my will is the will, and I'm for the glory of battle. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun with this new character. Esper's Esoterica is a really wonderful book, and I'm really looking forward to playing something original.
Yeah, the Paragon is a completely new class that I saw the updates that he had on his Patreon and for the Kickstarter about this, like how he's tweaking it, and I'm excited to see how it plays today. There's actually so much that goes with this because they're the wonders that go along with it, and you're going to have to tell all of us what they do when they come into play.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm lucky enough to have 4 of those at level 4, so
yeah,
pick some interesting ones.
Nice. And then we finish off with Andrew.
Hello. So I'm also playing the new class, a Paragon, except I'm playing a different subclass. And the subclasses are quite interesting and different. I'm in fact playing Path of the Sovereign, which is kind of a natural leader subclass of the Paragon. So I'm playing Prince Fantace, which, yes, is a composite of the words fantastic and ace. I get 3 wonders, and I also get a companion. So I have Bentley, and he is a half-orc companion who just wants to be around Prince Fantace because Prince Fantace is so amazing. So I'm a human Path of the Sovereign Paragon. I'm
Nice.
very excited. And I also get to play 2 people, which is pretty pretty unique. Normally, the DM plays these kind of NPC sidekick type people.
Yeah, same with the celestial cleric that Michelle's doing. You have your own NPC that you kind of control, and you have your own. You can make the decisions for. So that's really cool. And so now that we're all left at explained all our characters, let's dive into the game. You all ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Can't
All
wait.
So, just as a bit of background, the story takes place in a land called the Fertile Splay, and I'm going to move us to the Roll20 map here. The Fertile Splay. It is a area that along a river, this Alaya River, it really provides for the region. The areas around it are fertile, but then as you go to the south and to the west, it gets more of a Badlands type geography, more dry and arid. Desert to the south. Oh yes, and I'm still on the Zoom screen. It's good, good, excellent. I'll change that. Thank you, whoever reminded me in our group. There we go. And there was a civil war, a very bloody civil war that took place about 20 years prior to the adventure. The war itself took only about 5 years, and it pitted sides in both Tarab'ir Palace, which is to the south, and the Golden Palace, which is really more like the political capital, whereas Tarab'ir is the religious capital. But it's time for reunification, right? And the region is really desperately trying to come together, but there are still some factions that are at play, and some people who are still resentful of the winning group, the Monarchs. Now, when we start, we're going to begin in the city of the Golden Palace, and that's where we are. I'm going to start by describing what's around you here. All right? So, you're in the Golden Palace city. It's a busy, bustling place. People are moving about. There are markets and taverns along the road. And as you're walking together with your group that you've just really met, I mean, most of you have met within the last week or so, excluding your NPCs whom you might have known for quite some time. But you've been following Prince Fantace. Andrew, do you want to explain why you're here at the Golden Palace and why you've maybe brought this retinue of adventurers?
Okay, so my character, well, so I've come to the Golden Palace to try and find Miraman, the Dahabar, a good friend of mine who has sent me a letter, and I always stand by my friends. I must find him and speak with him.
Yes, Miraman. He is a friend of yours from way back in the day. He wrote to you, saying that he found something of grave consequence. He may have a discovery at hand. Couldn't discuss it in the letter, but rather that he'd speak to you in person. And you live from the south, so it's going to take you quite a bit of time to get to the Fertile Splay. And on your route, you picked up Adrastos, Ugg, Morpheus, and Teepo. Teepo's rather curious because you haven't seen a creature like him. He basically looks like a statue, but he has life brought to him from the gods. You've heard of maybe stories of it, but even Teepo doesn't really know what's going on. So they all decided to follow you on your journey, and you come to the Golden Palace City. As you're walking through, headed towards the last known residence of your friend Miraman, you go through a group of crowd here, and as you go through, a lot of people start to be a bit rough and bump into you all. In fact, a couple of people bump directly into Adrastos and Prince Fantace. And the two people that do that reach for your scabbard. John, you have a sword, correct?
No, actually, 2 spears and a battle axe.
Oh, gotcha. It was Prince Fantace that had the swords, right?
Longsword.
Longsword, right. So a few of the people bump directly into you and say, "Hey, that's mine! That sword belongs to me!" And similar with Adrastos, coming up from behind you, bumping into your shoulder, and then grabbing at your spears from your back. And obviously Ugg, Morpheus, Teepo, you see this too, but there's quite a bit of people around you in this city marketplace. So it gets kind of hard to maneuver around to your friends to see what's going on, but the yelling increases. Hey, give that back to me! Thief! Thief! And it's at this point I need everyone here to give me a perception check. That'll include Ugg, Morpheus, Teepo.
Indeed, this is a strength of mine, oddly enough.
What do we got, everybody? Call out your rolls.
12.
12. It was like in unison. John and Ugg.
We timed it.
I got a 16.
16 for Teepo. Prince?
10 and 11.
For
11
Bentley?
for Prince. Bentley got 11 actually. Prince got 10.
Okay. And Morpheus, what do you got?
Got an 8 and a 10.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to go in order here. So, Teepo, you realize that someone was sneaking up behind you looking to grab your... What weapon do you have again? It's the chakra? What's it called? Chakram?
I've got a couple of chakrams, and I have a falchion on my back.
Gotcha. So then the falchion. We'll go for the falchion. Someone attempts to grab that, but you see them. Someone sneaking up behind you in the crowd. We go to, let's see, Teepo. Prince, your sword is grabbed by one of the assailants. John, Adrastos, you're able to catch the person and prevent them from grabbing one of your spears. Ugg, you also are able to prevent the assailant from grabbing your weapon, whatever weapon you might have. In fact, it might be helpful that you're covered in fungus. They don't really want to touch you. They don't really know where to grab. And Morpheus, unfortunately, what weapon do you have?
I have a crossbow. And I wanted to have a katana, but I don't think at this point that's something that exists.
Oh, it can if you wanted to, Michelle.
Okay, sweet. I have a crossbow and a katana.
All right, this one's going to go for the crossbow, though, at this point. So grabbing the crossbow, it does succeed, and it's got its hands on your crossbow. These thieves are covered up, basically, from head to toe, just a bit of face revealed from their face mask. And they've successfully grabbed at Morpheus's crossbow and Prince's longsword. Everyone else has been able to either get away in time or at least repel the assailant. So here's where we're going to go into combat. Give me your initiatives, everybody.
Hey. All right. Adrastos rolls a lot better than some of my other characters.
What did he get?
12.
12 for Adrastos. Good. Morpheus?
5.
5 for Morpheus. Ugg?
7.
And Prince?
13.
Teepo?
5.
All right, I'll allow you to choose who goes first, Morpheus or Teepo.
I'll
All
go.
the same.
Okay, all the same. All right, let's do it. We're going to start with Prince. Prince, your longsword has been grabbed from your scabbard. What do you do?
Well, Bentley, who's by my side as usual, he reaches forward to grab the sword back. Unhand that sword!
So you actually, at this moment, they're grabbing the sword. You can actually, even though you didn't see them, it would allow you to perhaps try to wrestle the sword with them. You don't. It's not free and clear. I shouldn't say
Yeah,
that.
that's what I want to do.
So you hold on to it,
Fantace
but you can
wants
still
to-
command Bentley. Yeah.
Right. But first of all, Fantace wants to wrestle the sword back.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
+5, yes. 17.
It's a tie. We got to roll again.
Ugh. Oh, no.
Ah.
You beat me still. I got a 4,
Oh,
and you got a 6. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So you wrestle free as your action. You grab your sword back from the assailant. And what do you command Bentley to do?
Grab him. Grapple him. Bentley tries to grapple the assailant.
Sure, absolutely. So we'll do another opposed athletics check here.
Got it.
I got a 13.
Bentley's got a +5 as well.
+5 for Bentley?
11.
So 13. Bentley
Bentley
attempts to grab the assailant, but pretty shifty. This man sidesteps away. All right, now we're going to go to Adrastos.
So you said I was able to kind of catch the guy in the act of trying to take away my spear.
Yeah, so
yes?
yeah, if you didn't see, you basically at this point they grabbed it from you and you have the option to wrestle it free or do something else.
I plan on grabbing their arm and attempting to grapple them while saying, thievery is a high crime. Do you wish to fight for it?
Bring it on.
So I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Okay, 12.
You beat me. I got an 8. So you wrestle free the spear. And then you don't have an NPC. Not everybody has NPCs to command around.
Nope.
So Adrastos, it's your turn. Would you like to move? It's a crowded area, so I'm going to say moving is slow at this point, like difficult terrain.
No, I think I'd like to kind of look around to the rest of my my team here and see if anyone is in danger. And if they are, I'm going to throw my spear at whoever is attacking them. So
It looks almost as if all of your friends had this group of thugs come up and try to steal weapons as well, and they're in combat with at least one other person.
So then, if he attacks my, I don't know who's he in combat with. If he attacks him, I have a ready action to throw my spear.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so then we're going to go to the assailants. So at this point, we'll go... I'm going to go with all of them at once. They're going to attack each of you. They take out daggers. The ones that didn't grab any weapons to begin with, they had theirs out. But the ones that really were going for a weapon, they didn't have one. So they draw theirs and then attack. And I've got a total of 15 on Prince.
AC 17.
Okay. 16 on Adrastos.
18.
21 for Ugg.
I will be hit. I am 17.
10's gonna probably miss Morpheus, and a natural 20 on Teepo.
Good start.
Cheers.
Oh man,
Did you take lucky?
I didn't know, but I took a feat called Boon to the Bronze Sentinel, and one of the options was to make your armor adamantine, so crits are normal attacks, and I did not take that option.
Is he within 5 feet of Bentley by any chance?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think Teepo
Right,
probably follows you closely.
Bentley will shout, "Watch out, Teepo!" and use Defender, which is a companion bonus feature, as a reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack.
Very nice. So Bentley calls out the warning. Teepo, you're able to just barely avoid the critical hit, but still catches you squarely with a 19.
Yep, that is my AC.
All right. So you get, for a total of, let's see here, 6 damage.
Pretty big for a dagger.
Pretty big. Was a 4,
All right.
the first roll. And then we've got, who else got hit? I think it was
I did, Bubbo.
Ugg. It's poor Ugg.
It's all right.
Ugg, you take 3 damage.
Yeah, bring it.
All right, now we go to Ugg. Ugg, you're up.
I saw. Sorry, I had a dog moment there where I ran away there. Morpheus had their crossbow taken.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, no,
I
no.
will-
Again, similarly, Morpheus, at this point, you have the option of grappling with the weapon or letting it go and doing something else. but still, yes.
Interesting.
Morpheus is
Alright,
in that.
How
in
far
that sort
away
of-
am I from that enemy?
We'll just say, as a very
It only matters
simple.
because of my barbarian feature.
So I'm just going to say you're 20 feet away, as you and
Excellent.
Morpheus might have been the furthest of the group.
And I will go ahead and sprint headlong towards that enemy, brandishing my claws and antlers.
Now, unfortunately for you, though, it's difficult terrain to move through all the crowd of people. So it's going to take double that movement.
I will not do that because I will not make it.
Yeah. We'll say that you could reach any other person but Morpheus. You were the furthest person from Morpheus.
All right. Is there an enemy?
There is also an
10?
assailant right next to you.
You know what? Let's do it. All right.
Cooper's trying.
Yeah, please. I will angrily turn to the assailant next to me. And I will lower my head and antler them for 1 attack.
Ooh.
And that is a hot 10 coming at you.
10 will not hit.
And while I'm doing that, I'm swinging with my claws for a 19.
19 will hit for sure.
Nice. That's my bestial appearance getting me a good 8 slashing damage on this little punk.
All right, so you
That's a max
slash at
damage for the record.
which damage?
I was just saying that's max damage.
Ah,
I'm not
nice.
making more than
Nice. Yeah, you slash at this thief, and you cut the thief down right there in the street. And at that point, the rest of the thieves all look at each other. They don't really seem to have much of a backbone here. But we're still going to go through to Morpheus and then Teepo.
All right. I will lean in, take a hold of my crossbow. I'm gonna look him in the eye. You don't want to make this mistake.
You want to intimidate?
Sure.
Go for it.
All right. My intimidation game is not the best, but let's see what we can do, Morpheus. Okay, so I got a 10.
A 10. Well, you are rather large and imposing as a Loxodon would be, and you could see the fear in this man's eyes even before you started speaking. He did not roll very high on this, so he's going to run away. You can see he's starting to turn and run. Obviously, he won't run at this moment, but on his turn, he's ready to flee.
Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah, he'll give you back the crossbow. He's like, take it, please.
I silently put it back. I don't say anything.
Teepo, what do you got?
I'm gonna make an unarmed strike at this guy and say, "We don't have time for this nonsense."
Okay.
21.
Nice. 21. Yeah, that hits.
So I basically punch him for 4 damage.
Okay.
And as the strike lands, a swarm of fluttering birds appears and attempts to push him 15 feet away from me. So he's got to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. All right, I got a total of 2.
He's definitely... So he just is shoved backwards 15 feet away from me.
Yeah,
by this
so
swarm of birds.
it almost is like as the punch connects, right? The birds are following along your hand. The power of the flock here. They repel him the 15 feet back. Now the crowd is dissipating as they sense the fight coming on, so people are scattering, running in directions, and the rest of the scoundrels all get up and turn tail and run. You can take an attack of opportunity, Prince, as well as Adrastos, because you still have people next to you, or you can let them run. It's up to you.
I'm definitely going to attack someone. I have a 10-foot reach.
Go for it.
Yeah. 14.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Cool. So I mean, the damage is one thing, but what I'm excited to use is my ability to knock them prone. So let me run my damage first. Showcasing some new class features. So that's 7 piercing damage.
Okay, and you knock him prone?
Correct. So, I'm using Fell the Foe, which is, I just put it in the chat. No, it's not coming up. It is a new class feature.
I see it.
For the Paragon, and essentially a larger, smaller creature. When I attack them as a bonus action, I get to make an contested strength check against their athletics or acrobatics check, and it will knock them prone if I win. So they can choose either athletics or acrobatics against my athletics check.
Okay, so that would work. Yep, I rolled pretty low for their acrobatics here.
I rolled a 13 for my athletics.
Yeah, a total of 10 for me.
Cool. So they're prone, and I want to capture them. So for right now, they just knock down, and everyone else have fun.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
the one that's prone, is that the one that attacked Fantace? Or is it a different one?
A different one. Yours also fled.
Oh, okay. So Fantace doesn't do anything, but Bentley whips out his longsword and attacks the one, frenziedly, the one that attacked the Prince Fantace
Go for it.
with his longsword.
I like how Bentley is doing all the dirty work here.
Is that's a 13?
That'll hit.
Uh, 4 slashing damage.
Gotcha. All right, so that one takes 4. There's one now prone on the floor, and the rest of them have fled the scene. So at this point, we're going to end the combat. They are not willing to fight. The only one that's here still is on the floor and is tripped and is trying to, pick themselves up, trying to crawl away at this point through what's left of the crowd. All right, John, I'll let you take the lead here. Adrastos, what do you want to do to this one that's on the floor?
And stand over it while pointing my spear at it. Kind of ask, how dare you attack me with such accusations of thievery? Do you know the punishment for such a crime?
John, you turn him over. He's on the floor, right, face down, trying to crawl away. You turn him over. You say this thing to him. As you see, as you're going through this speech, the face covering comes off, reveals he's no more than 14, 15 years old.
So I
Young boy.
grab him by the bit of chest and kind of pick him up, and a little bit off the ground, kind of hold him. What has brought you to such a life, young one? Tell me your story.
He looks really nervous and he says, "Just trying to survive. Hands off of me."
I put him down on the ground and say, all one needs to do is ask. And I give him 10 silver.
Oh, interesting. You give him the silver. He looks at it, looks at you puzzled, and then he takes it, puts it in his pocket, and slowly starts to walk away, watching you the entire time.
Remember, one's honor is by their ability to admit problems. Remember Adrastos this day.
He kind of nods quickly and puts his face covering on, and then turns full sprint. When you look at him running away, you turn to the rest of the group. Everyone seems to have their gear and their swords back. You see a man approaching you. The crowd is thinned down, so it's pretty obvious this person's looking to communicate with you. He approaches, speaking in a foreign accent, and says, "Damnable thieves, what a disgrace." He's a short fellow with tan skin, carefully trimmed beard, and observant eyes. His clothing is well made, though it's not garish. "Hail to you all. Your skills are most impressive."
Hail, man of the Golden Palace.
Yes, my name is
Fantace.
Parlin.
Parlin.
Parlin Zebdeo.
Parlin. We're looking for Mirrorman, my friend. Would you know where he is?
Miraman, he says. Yes, we may be able to discuss. He says, I know who these thieves are. He looks over to the scuffle of dirt on the floor where you just wrestled and fought. He says they were rebels in my homeland over a decade ago. They fled their losing war, and it seems that they had no shame in spreading their malice elsewhere. Look, now they raise their children to do the same. How appalling. Please allow you to lend my aid. We can discuss your friend. I believe that we may have a common purpose.
Well, perhaps you can take me to Mirrorman. We can chat more.
Yes, he says, my patron is a merchant who is seeking capable and trustworthy mercenaries. I believe we may be looking for the same person. Come, follow me.
I am no mercenary.
Who are you, then?
I am Fantace, a man of honor.
Then
This is
Fantace,
my
man of honor.
companions.
Oh, you have an entourage.
These are my companions. They have chosen to accompany me on my mission.
Then we must go to Ketka. She will want to speak with you promptly. So what do you do, everybody? You're going to follow this man? Parlin?
I follow Master Fantace.
I ask him again. What of Mirrorman? You have not spoken of him.
We should discuss in a more private setting.
I'll go.
Lead on, my friend. Yuji has spoken. He is a good
Yuji.
judge of character. I trust his judgment.
You did just meet him in a swamp. But yeah. All good. Morpheus and Neo, what say you?
Need to follow where the universe leads us.
Then it is this way, Parlin says. Come. So Parlin is going to take you through town. The Golden Palace is very wealthy. The city around it is wealthy. It's protected by a fortified wall, and the palace is at its center. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture of the artwork for the palace. The Golden Palace is a collection of white towers and spires that cluster around the massive central keep. The major structures are all capped in pointed gold domes, like metallic flower buds gleaming in the sunlight. Parlin leads you through the main entrance of the outer wall and up multiple flights of stairs. Guardsmen give him nods and greetings as he goes. He sends a messenger to run ahead and alert the merchant for you. The palace is a small city unto itself, and the people that are walking about or working everywhere you turn. Roasting food and drifting perfumes spice the air, and dozens of voices echo through the stairways, shop fronts, and landings of the polished limestone. The majestic arcades and porticos rise up to the central keep, where more guards stand watch. Parlin speaks with them quietly, and then leads you inside. He says, "This meeting is to be of the most private nature, given the delicate situation at hand. Come with me." You take a long corridor lined with columns, and then another small one, and then through a locked door and down a long stairway that descends into a dim lower hall with an arched ceiling. He takes out a lantern from a pillar, and lights it. You have anything to say to Parlin as you're traveling through this very, very intricate pathway?
I have nothing to say to Parlin, but to whomever is next to me as I'm walking, I'd like to kind of bump into them and say, something seems extremely unwell about this city. I have a good sense of danger.
Are you saying it to one of your comrades, or are you saying it to...
I'd say I was probably walking next to Morpheus. We were both kind of in the back.
Gotcha. Morpheus, what say you?
Adrastos, you must let it all go. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your soul. And I stride ahead.
I nod fervently, like I don't think I understand it, but I like the way it sounds. Oh yeah.
You follow Parlin within the shadowy Undercroft. You wait for a time with your guide relaying details to you about the legends of the Golden Palace, which is said to have been built long ago by the god Zamankur, the Forge Master, and his otherworldly servants. From the dim, the merchant appears again. Excuse me, the merchant appears, the one that you've been tasked to meet with. She wears a fine cloak and a veil that covers all but her eyes, and she moves with such grace. Well, you all certainly look like mystics and mercenaries. With that, she draws off the veil, and her cloak fades away. Her dark hair cascades down to her knees, and an array of precious jewelry reveals itself, adorning from her head to toe. Her dusky beauty is enough to make your heart skip a beat. There's no mere merchant. This is Aket, the sorceress queen herself. All right. So, you see this woman approach. Again, as I gave the description, it's this very beautiful woman. She is has flowing hair that goes all the way down to her knees. And she enters, and she commands the room immediately. Adrastos, excuse me, not Adrastos. Parlin will say to you that you are in the presence of the queen. Kneel.
I kowtow between no one.
And kneel.
I am Fantace and I walk with purpose. But welcome, Queen. We are well met here.
Let me see. So, Prince Fantace, she might know of you then, right? That makes sense?
Possibly.
Would you say your fame goes beyond your regional boundaries?
To a certain extent, but he's quite young and he's only just set out, so...
Okay, so maybe it would be... Maybe you'd be someone... Perhaps to look into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Someone to keep their eye on, rather than someone she would have done. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the queen enters, and she does, command the room. Her presence is automatic. Parlin does say to you, though, pay your respects. And he utters to you all, you're standing before Her Majesty the Queen. I know, Prince, you make the stand against that, but does everybody else?
I bow on one knee with a spear in my other hand.
I'll do the same.
I take a knee.
We look
Fantace
to the
doesn't.
prince and mimic.
Oh, you mimic Prince?
He's my employer.
I'm just
Okay.
standing proud.
You know, when you stand, though, you're a swamp dwarf, so you're probably about the same height as Adrastos as he kneels.
Easy. I'm 4'10". I'm big for a dwarf.
Big for a dwarf. Aket's gaze smolders in the lantern light. Do not be alarmed. There are sure to be more surprises ahead. She continues. I'm glad you all have come. Your mere presence shows me that you are willing to face the unknown, and that unknown has much to do with our present situation. Before I say much more to you, you should all know that the level of secrecy of our meeting has entailed is quite necessary. It has everything to do with the highly sensitive nature of our current problem. I am willing to reward you handsomely, but you must vow not to share with anyone that which we discuss. I need your personal oaths. If you all cannot make this vow of confidence, then I can discuss nothing further. Your oath.
I look up to Fantace.
The latest secret is our honor. We will honor your secret.
Good. Then you speak for the group.
I nod.
As Parlin told you, someone is missing. Your friend, Miraman. Miraman Dahaba. The last time we saw him was, 2 weeks ago. He's a great warrior. His father was friends with my father, the late king, King Targon. They fought together in the war, and they died together. Tell me, are you familiar with House Tarab'ir? If anyone would like to make a history check, you can. I'll let the whole group take one, and we'll see what you each individually know.
Yeah, I think that's fun. 12.
Oh no.
12. Let's see what Bentley knows.
Ouch.
Anybody else?
Bentley's still trying to figure out how to spell his name. That's a one for everyone at home.
He is illiterate. I'm trying to teach him his letters.
I'm gonna forego this history check as I have only been sentient for a week.
Yeah, that's fair.
You had a really good tutorial though that first couple days.
He downloaded all the info right when he started up.
There was a book in front of me called Esper's Emporium Esoterica, and I read the whole thing.
Oh, good. It was placed at the footsteps of your statue.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say that none of you really know. Morpheus, I see a 7. The highest is a 12, and Ugg doesn't know, and definitely Teepo doesn't know. So let's just say this then. You both, the Adrastos and Fantace, while you don't know of the specifics of House Tarab'ir, you do know that the house is the religious center. It was the a vital location in the Civil War that took place 20 years ago. It's a few days' travel from the Golden Palace, and you can all see on the map here where it's located. It is in the southern portion of the fertile splay.
What's it called again?
Tarab'ir Palace.
Oh, that's far.
It's a few days' journey. It's not that bad. All right, so the Queen will go on and explain a bit more, as it seems like none of you can answer her question. She says, are any of you familiar with House Tarab'ir? And you basically all collectively say, nope. She continues and says, Tarab'ir Palace is an important part of the commerce and culture in the fertile splay. Historically, they've maintained a substantial trade with the Golden Palace, as well as educated nobles in higher learning and initiated priests in ancient traditions. Due to their current state, Tarab'ir is providing only a tiny fraction of their trade goods, which has set up the entire region for economic disaster. Furthermore, their lapses in teaching have left the Golden Palace with uneducated young adults and only 2 hierophants. Traditionally, there should be 4. Though the 2 palaces have long been allies, we now suffer great tensions. The Golden Palace is worried and frustrated to no end because Tarab'ir has lagged so far behind. And Tarab'ir holds a grudge because of the civil war that began with a rebellion here at the Golden Palace. She pauses for a moment to let you take this all in. Do you have any questions?
So, were Tarab'ir a rival faction to the Golden Palace in the war? It sounds
Not
like
quite. Not quite, but factions within Tarab'ir, yes. And as you can see, those tensions still bleed through today.
How
why'd
long?
you-
John?
Sorry.
Yeah, John.
How long has it been since they sent their last Hierophant?
It's been many months since they've had a proper Hierophant. The 2 are not enough.
Mr. Fantace, does this quest seem in line with your quest to find Miraman?
At your question, the Queen will jump in. This brings us back to Miraman, our missing warrior. His concerns were far deeper than anyone else's. He suspected Tarab'ir had committed some manner of grievous sin, some dark deed that had brought the curse upon their great house, and that whatever they are hiding is the key to resolving the problems afflicting our land. He wanted to infiltrate Tarab'ir Palace and seek answers. I told him not to go there. I told him to wait for me to consult with my advisors, my hierophants, but it seems that he could not wait. When I summoned him to a private council several days later, I found that he had already left. Looking back, I should not have bid him to stay away from the palace. I saw the fervor in his eyes. He blamed the death of his father and mine on Tarab'ir, calling them insufficient warriors. No, I should have done was to help him organize an adept squad to perform this clandestine task that he had set in his heart. From what I have gathered, he did go with 2 companions. What were their names again, Parlin? Parlin chimes in. It was a druid from the southwest and a treasure hunter called Vaitsa the Scorpion. They sought out the back entrance to Tarab'ir Palace, which leads down into their Undercroft. He applauds again.
I'm going to pull out the letter and show it and say, Queen, the date of this letter, was this before or after Miraman set out?
She'll look at the date, and it's set right before he set out. So it was right around the time that he had his meeting with the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She says, then it is confirmed. I need you to go there. I can hardly sleep at night because of this. The thought of losing Miraman is hard enough, but far worse are the consequences of my house being implicated in hostilities against Tarab'ir. I fear that a spark could reignite the flames of war and consume the fertile splay into its core. Our people have already suffered terribly.
We will go.
You understand, if he has been caught, that your next course of action is to ready your army, for a battle will begin.
I have already thought that through. I hope we can avoid that outcome. I need you to slip into Tarab'ir Palace with the utmost discretion. And if you can find Miraman or his companions. It has been over 2 weeks now, and Tarab'ir have said nothing regarding this incident, so there is no end to my speculation as to what happened. Did he escape? Was he forced into hiding? Was he captured? Did he meet his demise at the hands of the Tarab guards? Or something fouler? What of the supposed dark secrets he claims were hidden in the palace? Any answers you can provide me will be valuable. Anything is better than waiting with tormented suspense.
I must ask, Queen, are you in love with Miraman?
She says, a queen and a warrior could never.
Didn't say didn't.
She'll let you have your own suspicions, but she cannot say.
We will go on this quest. We will find Miraman and bring him back to you, Queen.
She commands Parlin to bring her the items that he seems to be now holding in his hand. I would love to aid you in your quest as much as possible, but I cannot go simply to all of my provisioners requesting materials. But this is what I could scrounge up. She gives you 4 spell scrolls. 1 of Cure Wounds, 1 of Dispel Magic, 1 of Knock, and 1 of Silence. Take these. It is the absolute bare minimum I can do. I wish I could more. She'll give him to Prince, but Prince, you can decide who gets what. It's fine with me.
Do you need to be a magic user to have these? To use
No.
spell scrolls, I forget.
Mm-mm.
Knock, silence, cure wounds, dispel magic.
Yep, those 4. Knock, Silence, Dispel Magic, and Cure Wounds.
Well, I'll give cure wounds to Adrastos. I'll keep dispel magic. Silence I'll give to Teepo. That attuned to him as he's a statue. And I'll give knock to the UG.
Now, Teepo, you do have an ability that would help you be pretty stealthy, right?
Yes.
So what would that be?
I have an ability called False Appearance. And False Appearance says, while you remain motionless, you are indistinguishable from a normal statue. So I would have relayed to Fantace. If you
It's probably how
need
you-
me to
It's
stand
probably how you
watch.
sleep too, right? It's kind of weird. You probably just like stand at attention.
Yep. So there are times when I'm just standing in the middle of a room. I'm not fidgety or moving around or anything that much. But I would say to Fantace, if you need me to scout the area, all I need to do is stand completely still.
That's very
Love it.
interesting.
There's a statue in the middle of the room. It's not obvious.
Right. Now, if Morpheus is there, he's the elephant in the room. That's for sure. Come on, everybody. That was good. That was solid.
Little Loxodon humor.
I did say I'm 8 feet tall and 400 pounds, so there's that.
You are a large individual. Although you're still medium technically, right? You're
Yeah,
Okay.
technically. Mhm.
Whatever. That's medium.
Medium
soul
well.
is
Medium
large.
well.
800.
Listen, that's what I tell myself. I'm still considered a medium race, so doesn't matter what I see on the scale. I'm still medium.
Like it.
All right, so at this point, the queen is just going to ask you if you have any questions for her, but ultimately, she's thrilled that you're going to accept this mission, and she really wants to know what happened to Miraman, and ultimately, hopefully, can avoid breakout of another civil war. Questions?
How do we communicate with you?
You won't be able to.
How do we find you again when we come here?
Come back to the palace. You will be allowed in. We'll make sure.
What is the best path on our way to Tarab'ir Palace?
It's a great question. You'll need to go on the Viridian Road, south from the Golden Palace. You can go through an area where a cactus forest grows, along the Alaya River. At Alboros Pass, you'll find a small town there to rest, and you can cross with a small toll for a ferry. The ferries are dragged by elephant, actually. And once you get through the river, you can get to the Hollow Pass, which rises up along the river area and winds through the rocky Badlands. You follow that until you reach the Tarab'ir Palace.
You have no ships that can travel up the river?
None that she could lend to you, I guess. Again, the less
Important
people that
mission,
know
Alex.
about this, the better.
That's a good point.
Any other questions for her about the fertile splay, any conflict, Miraman?
Have you sent anyone after Miraman before us?
No. I was worried and debating what to do. Parlin here guided me. Said he would find a capable group, and fate brought us to you.
What of those young ones outside that are attempting to mug citizens?
Yes, the Civil War bleeds through to today. Children who grew up during the prime of the fighting are now taking up arms, becoming part of the faction splinter groups that still feel as the war rages.
What do they still fight for?
It's a good question. One that I
Or
cannot
for-
answer.
Or for whom, more likely.
All right, so at this point, she'll have Parlin take you out, and she's going to, again, thank you, and say that whatever details you find, I look forward to discussing them with you, all of you, when you return. All right, so Parlin's going to guide you back out of the Golden Palace, and when you get out of the palace, you hit that warm air off the river, and you can prepare for your journey. So you can take a long rest here. I don't know if any of you really have too much to heal up, but ultimately you can heal up and you can head out in the morning. Is there anything you need to do before you leave?
Ugh, sleep.
Ugg will sleep. Yep. Teepo will turn into a statue and sleep.
I will stand still at the front of Prince Fantace's room.
Yeah.
Because he's got a similar. Ichorites are similar to elves, where they don't actually need to sleep. They just need to be in a. Elves need to be in a trance. I just need to remain in a motionless state for 4 hours.
Gotcha. All right. So long rest?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you take that rest, and over the course of the next few days, you make your journey southwest to Tarab'ir Palace. Now, I'm going to put another picture up here. The picture shows Tarab'ir Palace at night. However, it is truly up to you if you'd like to approach it during the daytime or not. I'll let you decide what you want to do and how you want to approach it, but I'm going to describe it to you. So, after the few days of journey, it is uneventful, which is a good thing. You hoped that you wouldn't run into any raiders or bandits or anything like that, and you were able to get across just fine. When you get into this city, you can tell the cities are very distinct and different. A little less populated, so getting around is easier, but also at the same time, you feel like because you have this mission, perhaps you stick out like a sore thumb. Tarab'ir Palace is an imposing collection of blocky architecture centered by a fortified wall. It has square towers capped in pointed domes, and the tallest of which rises to great heights. So you're looking for the palace because that is where you believe Miramon was headed. But there are a couple things to note. As you approach and watch, you do see guards. Soldiers of the watch are stationed at corners of the city, and they seem to be on some sort of a patrol around the palace. Now, it's not impossible for you to get close to it. You can definitely observe it at close range, but if you were to try to approach and get inside, perhaps you would be stopped. Some windows from inside glow, I guess if it's nighttime. But let's just decide. How do you want to approach it? Do you want to get there during the daytime or during the night?
My prince.
I think the night time. What do other people think?
I like nighttime, but I think it changes where we might want to go first.
Master Fantace, if you please, I will spend the day observing the positions of the guards.
I know we should just be able to walk right in, right? There's no reason why they wouldn't let people in.
Well, you know, Tarab'ir Palace it's going to be protected. They're not going to just let anyone walk in, although you could try to seek counsel with someone from there. Although, again, the goal is to be discreet.
I say we send Teepo in and then we go in at the night.
What do you all
You don't
think?
want to just go in as like people looking for work? Go to the tavern and have a beer? Is that too simple?
Is it a place where you could just go to the tavern?
Well, in the city, there are places to eat. There's definitely the typical things you'd find in any sort of city dwellings area, but the palace itself is set apart. So there's no, there aren't going to be people just waltzing around in the palace area.
Let's go to a tavern or a open air cafe near the palace.
A beer garden.
Yes. I'm going in for a drink.
Yeah, you can
watch
get
the
you can
palace.
during the daytime if you want. You can just kind of mix in with the locals, and Teepo can stand at attention somewhere and watch the patrols.
Nothing is gained by staying outside.
Right. Except for your Teepo.
I quite like it out here.
All the birds gather on you, Teepo.
I could do with a coffee. Keep my pep up.
There you go. Right, so go ahead.
Sorry, Bob, would I be able to make a check to try to find a favorable location to watch?
Yeah, give me a. You could do either perception or perhaps even survival in a maybe that would give you a different type of information.
Okay. Well, 11.
11. You find a spot that can observe the gates of the palace and the guards without being too close. So you can stand there and stand at attention and go into your statue form. Right, so you notice the guards take their shifts when they take their shifts and how often, how many there are. There's about 20 soldiers, and at any given time, there are 4 stationed at the gatehouse. Now, it's not like you can't go into it. You see people go in and out normally. That's not a problem. But there are 2 pairs on patrol of the interior of the palace that you can see through the gate. And that's about it. It doesn't seem like it's heavily fortified.
Okay. And this is during the day, of course.
This is during the day, yeah. The walls of the area are 10 foot tall. And trying to think if there's any other descriptions to give you here. Yeah, that's it. Within the walls, you do have some structures, clusters of looks like living area. You know, it's a keep. And then and that's it. So that's what you'll see as you're observing from the outside. You will report this back to everybody?
Yep.
Okay. All right, everybody. So Teepo gives you the lowdown on what's the guard sentries are like. How do you want to approach this?
Pull out the scroll of silence and I say, this may come in handy on our mission.
Why do we feel we must go inside? Let's ask and see if anyone outside has information.
They're in this.
Hell-bent on 5 people sneaking inside the palace.
There may be some people in this coffee shop who can help.
Sure. So you want to kind of talk to the locals here?
I'll go with Prince.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's fine. Yeah. Everyone can give me a... Yeah, why don't you all give me either a charisma or a investigation check, see if you can... how you would like to gain this information, and I'll tell you what you get. We could do a group check.
Adrastos is not going to break the law because some magical lady throws a sword into a river. Something like that.
What?
I do a performance check.
What did you say?
Can
I
I
missed
opt
that.
out again?
Yeah,
I
you can
think
opt
I
out.
should-
Yeah, you
I
don't
should
have to
not
do it.
be doing this check.
Okay.
I'm going to do a performance check. I'm gonna. What's that? 13. I'm gonna stand up in this coffee shop and say, "Who here would like to hear a song?"
Oh boy.
I
A
will
song,
clap
you
my
say?
hands.
Like it.
Let's hear it. Some of the patrons shout out. A song.
I sing of the land of Fantace, Fantace. I sing of the land of glory. I sing of the land of Fantace, Fantace. Everything's amazing there. Am I carrying in that vein? Oh, Fantace, Fantace. They call him the Damascene. Fantace, Fantace. And Bentley's there as well going, Fantace, Fantace.
He's your backup singer.
I'm just standing directly in front of him.
What? Wait, what's Teepo doing?
I'm standing directly in front of him, not moving.
Okay.
I am sitting on the side, just slowly nodding my head to the beat.
your large head, your trunk swaying side to side.
Also,
Exactly.
if anyone tries to get near him for an autograph, I just put my arm up and lock him.
People probably think you're like an animated object or something.
That is the song of my town. What is the song of the Tarab'ir Palace?
What did
I
you
know.
get on that performance check, by the way?
Only 13. It was pretty low.
A 13. Okay.
Mhm.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's a pretty solid song for someone who just is entertaining a crowd of strangers at a coffee shop.
Felt like a nat 20 to me.
It's almost like a nat 20. Almost. If only. You'll gather a bit of a crowd, and a couple of people will come up to you and throw a couple of copper pieces towards your way, thinking that you're looking for money. However, a couple of them all will start asking you for more songs, and you'll have a nice little gathering here. Maybe about half a dozen people that are really entertained in your song.
I'll sing some more songs.
Good. You sing,
I
you
will-
continue on. This lasts for maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so. And it's at that point that a few of the individuals that are sitting here, they kind of at the end of your last performance, they sit back down and again kind of go back to their meal, and they kind of, you took their mind off of their troubles for a bit, but they seem to go back to their rest of their day, kind of sulking, a bit gloomy.
Well, now I've made us less conspicuous, I'll go and sit down next to them. What ails you? You look sad. Were you not cheered by my mighty songs?
You sit next to a couple, a man and woman who are enjoying some sort of soup, and they look up at you and they say, "Oh, we enjoyed your song, but you see, I don't know. It seems like everything recently has been going south. Tarab'ir is not what it once was. The economy is poor. The entire region is struggling.
What is your role in this place?
We are merchants. Very hard to sell here. We
Why
managed
do
to
you
get
not
by,
go
but it's a meager existence.
Why'd you not go and sell where there is more?
We
Things to
tried.
trade. I come from the south. We have the best markets, the finest merchants. They would trade with you. Why stay here?
It's a far journey south, much quicker to the Golden Palace, although it's pretty dangerous around these streets now.
In the Tarab'ir Palace?
Yes, even here. And at this
How does-
time, our go ahead. So what were you going to say?
How does one gain entrance into the palace to trade?
You can enter into the palace, into the keep, but into the palace you would need someone to take you in. You would need permission. Are you a merchant? Do you sell yourself?
No. I do not ply any trade. I am a man of destiny. But my friends here, some of them, I
Yes, that
accompany them,
statue you
things to
have
sell.
that might fetch you a nice piece of gold, perhaps a platinum.
Hmm.
How did you get it to do that?
Teepo, come here. Introduce yourself. What is your names? I did not get your names, people. I am
Our
Prince
names?
Fantace.
Our names?
Yes,
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
I would not introduce myself to one without a name.
I'll tell you their names. I'll tell you their names.
Teepo, no gold.
We've got the woman is Ada, and the man's name is Polim, Polim. Ada and Polim. They're merchants. What do they trade? Of course. They trade. This is probably gonna end up in something comical. I'm gonna probably guess.
It's already pretty funny.
Don't tell me they traded fungi.
We're pulleys. Adam and Pullum.
Nope. They sell cloth. They sell cloth. Not as funny as I thought. Cloth, yeah. Yep. By the way, anybody who this is not a plug. I don't make any money off this, but Table Fables. It's really great.
Nice.
It's got lots of random charts and things like that. Whenever you need an NPC. Ugg-like. Thank you, Ugg. Ugg approves of this message.
Hello, Ada. Hello,
Poland. Yeah.
We cannot dilly-dally around here. Prince Fantace is on a divine mission, and we must enter the palace. Can you help us?
A divine mission. You said divine?
Yes.
We do
Looks
not
at
believe in the
Fantace.
divine. Man
Fantace.
makes his own destiny.
So then,
My divine purpose is to help you, Fantace. You may make your own destiny, but I do not.
well, this
Master Fantace.
So the man's gonna look at you all and say, then it must be divine intervention. Poland looks at his wife and he says, our high priest is away right now. Is that coincidence?
Must be. Tell me more about this high priest.
I'll tell you about the high priest.
Is his
Just
name
kind of grab page.
Polam? And he
Polam?
sells cheesecloth.
He spells cheese. Sure. Yeah. Why is that not a honorable profession to you? Cheesecloth provisioner?
Cheesecloth provisioner sounds great. It's a very useful item.
I'm grooming my fungi while we're talking.
What do you do when you groom your fungi?
I just pick and,
Tell me you
plume
eat them.
My
You eat them.
wonderful. No, I would not eat my own armor and body. I clean them and pick at them. I care for my leaf veneer.
Ishak is the current high priest of Tarab'ir Palace. The king and queen are Nakalani and Rasika. They're the current king and queen, and Ishak is the current high priest. And he'll tell you those names. But please tell us, what is the divine quest?
Well, Morpheus here is an expert on the divine. What say you, Morpheus?
You gonna make Morpheus explain it? You got us into this mess. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Teepo did. Teepo said divine quest.
What I can say is that the details of the quest are not nearly as important as the journey itself.
Give me a persuasion check. See if that'll hold them over without asking more questions.
Hey, now.
Nice.
Right. So
Nice. 16?
Yeah, 16.
You feel like you seem to answer the question well enough, and that, or at least confuse them enough to make them kind of stop talking and go back to their food. So, what's the plan, everybody? How are you going to get into this palace?
Scroll of silence.
Okay, so at night, you're going to enter into the keep, and then you're going to head towards the palace and use silence. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, we're gonna sneak around.
Okay.
Would the worst thing be, as the person wearing heavy armor, would it? Can we just ask if we can go in?
Well, if we have a spell of silence around us, we're making no noise.
So yeah.
True.
Cool. 5 people walk into a bar and no one notices.
And then
Well, under the cover of night and avoiding the patrols of the guards, because Teepo knows the patrol. So I'd say that's not an impossible task. But yeah, we'll need to make a check.
Teepo, this is an interesting idea. How far must we stay near you to remain silent?
Within 20 feet, I believe.
Oh,
So-
I mean, actually, I don't know. I just have a scroll of silence. I don't know.
How many barley corn is that?
Actually, you know what? I got I gotta retract all of my statements. I don't know what the spell of silence does.
Me neither. That's my problem. I thought it was one person. Sorry.
I think it's you focus it on something or yourself and anything within 20 feet.
I mean,
Can't make any noise.
Right.
Teepo
It's a
knows.
point
Teepo
you
knows.
choose. Yeah. So it's going to be harder to do than what you think. It's not going to be like you cast it, and
Oh, it
you
doesn't
basically,
move with
yeah,
us.
it's not going to move around with you. You pick it on a spot. So you got to pick and choose here when you use it. But you could. So it could be in a moment where you're trying to avoid a guard or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you can enter into the keep. Nobody will stop you. You will pass the guard patrol at the gates. They just search your person. They just make sure you're not, you're not. I mean, obviously, your weapons are one thing, but you're just crew here coming in. That's not against the law, but they do stop you and ask who you are, and you can tell them or not, tell them your true identity or not, I should say. But they allow you to go in, and then the palace is another thing. As you kind of circle around the palace, you can see that there's obviously the front entrance, the place where anyone who looks to request an audience would go. But then it seems like there is a back entrance that I think was actually even visible from the picture that I showed you. And as you approach, you do get a sense that if you were going to try to sneak in, the back way would be the best. I'm going to bring up the picture again here. There seems to be guards not at the door that's to the back of the palace, but rather to the just kind of in the general area, the courtyard of the back of the palace. So if you'd like, we can do a stealth check to see if you can avoid seeing the guards. And we'll say that when a patrol were to approach, you can use the silence spell and go under the cover of night. So we'll say we'll give advantage to everyone except for John. This will counteract your disadvantage of
Well, I've
moving
got
around.
Scale mail as well, so.
Okay, then it's same as yours, so it would be a regular roll for you. And we'll see if you can avoid the guard's perception. And just call out what you get.
Oh,
17.
I got a 9 with advantage.
Yeah.
A 5 and a 3.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the silent statue.
14.
All right, 14. Ugg and Morpheus.
Apologies.
Got a 12.
A 12
I have a
and-
6.
You have advantage unless you have disadvantage.
He has you'll have advantage, yeah.
I have 11, so just crushing it.
Okay, so we got an 11, a 12, a 14, 14,
17.
17, and Fantace for Bentley.
Bentley's killing it.
Nice. What about Neo? Give me a. Neo's the silent celestial type.
Yeah, although so the Celestial Servant is not actually there unless I summon them with an action
okay.
or perform a 10-minute ritual.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you don't have Neo with you right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So altogether, you're able to use the spell and kind of sneak along the side of the palace. And as the guards pass by, a couple of people step outside of the spell, but the guards look around. All they see is a statue standing still. Everyone else hidden in the darkness is shrouded. So you get to the back entrance here, and there is a pretty hefty door, you see. It does look like it's locked. It's made of reinforced wood, and it does look like it's, like I said, would take quite a bit of damage before it broke open.
I'll reach into my satchel, pull out a scroll, and begin to knock on the door with the scroll.
Okay, so you're going to use the Scroll of Knock to unlock the door. And
No,
you can
no,
tell...
I
He's
do
just,
not-
he's
That's not what
just
he
taking
said.
the scroll
That's
and
not
going
what he
like
said.
this.
I am very specifically not
Oh!
knowing what to do with this.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you have no idea what the spell does or what the scroll does. You're ignorant of it.
I
Let me
am
see that,
wildly
Yuji.
unmagical. So
Let me
Right.
see that, Luigi.
Yeah, I
pull
walk
it out.
up and I say, nice job. I'll take that now, thank you.
That's
I hand
great.
it to
Okay.
Prince
Oh,
Fantace.
Prince.
And I'll cast a spell.
That's great. So Ugg takes out the scroll. He looks at it, and he just... What a great move. What a pro move from Ugg. All right, so Fantace, you take
You may
it.
not have the knowledge, but you have the intuition.
That was good, Nate.
Think.
That was good. All right, so it's at this point you use the scroll, and you can tell that the scroll actually seems to have deactivated some sort of magical arcane lock on this as well, because you can hear that faint sound, that hum that kind of extinguishes as you cast a spell. The door can open. All right, I'm gonna move the map.
What about the loud knock audible from as far away as 300 feet emanating from the large object?
Yeah, but we've got
from
silence.
the target
right?
object.
Isn't silence to that?
Well, no, probably not, because you did that to avoid the guard, and also you need to probably speak the scroll aloud, so probably not. But you do knock, and, like I said, it was beyond the guard patrol, and, and, well, whoever's inside might hear it. All right, just tell me, can you all see the map and only the room that you're about to enter?
Yes,
Yeah.
the staircase and some. Yep.
Okay,
Look
good.
at
So
that.
then all the lighting is correct. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. So Michelle, I do have Bentley and Neo here, but I could take Neo off. I'll take Neo
For
off.
now.
For
Oh.
now, yes.
You
For
pick
now.
up the phone.
Pick up the phone. All right. So we've got Teepo in red in the center. I put you in this order, but you could decide your marching order. I've got Ugg and Adrastos in the front, and I've got Fantace and Morpheus flanking on the sides. And
What's
Bentley's
the lighting
behind.
like?
So let me describe the
Sure. Sorry.
staircase, and this will make it really make sense. So in terms of the atmosphere, this region is semi-arid, right? So it's got warm days, cool nights, and that makes this area immediately, you feel that a bit cooler and damper, the air in this passageway. The illumination, you can actually see that there are two sconces alit in that room that you can see ahead of you. And it does give you pretty bright illumination of that room, so you can see pretty clearly your surroundings. You hear the soft dripping of water once in a while as you stay quiet. You also hear the chitter of vermin. And in regards to the corridors, the corridor going down the stairs, everything's about 10-foot ceiling is what you see here. All right? So Morpheus might have to be careful. Don't raise your tusk or trunk up, but for the most part, it's about 10 feet.
Ugg light. Ugg's going to touch the fungi on his right shoulder, the neon orange fungi, and they're going to come to life and glow. And there's a 20-foot dim light around us
Ooh, okay.
that will illuminate invisible creatures.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. Illuminated visible creatures?
Yep.
Dang.
Sweet.
Right. So at this point, I'll let you decide to move your tokens. Just be careful. I mean, obviously, everything here is, I think there's nothing you can see is going to spoil anything, but move slowly as you approach, okay? Adrastos, you're taking the front?
Oh yeah. Spear in
Okay.
hand.
All right, so you get into this first chamber here. And this entrance of the palace, to the palace, leads down into a 25 by 25 foot chamber. Its walls have bas reliefs that depict previous generations of scholars and priests. You can see there are pedestals here in the room with two busts.
Who is this manner of great human? And I walk up to the pedestal to see if I see any writing.
The two busts are Nakalani and Rasika, the king and queen of Tarab'ir Palace.
I
the,
would like to take a moment to memorize their faces and what they look like.
Nice. Absolutely ingrained in your mind.
How old do they look?
Not old, probably. I mean, not elderly, but they're probably in their maybe about 50. And they are still the reigning rulers of this city.
They have a general air of kindness, or do they look like how are they depicted? Like tyrannical leaders or
Stern, but you can't tell much more than that. I mean, the artist's rendition also could play into it, so you don't know if that's generally who they are.
Well, it's what they wanted to be perceived as, which is interesting
True.
to Adrastos.
Very true. That does matter to your character for sure. How they want to be perceived.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 corridors to the left and right. Also, I will say one thing. The air in here, it doesn't really smell all that bad. Like, it does look like it was going to smell far worse. It's kind of a dank underground dungeon here, but ultimately, it doesn't smell that bad. In fact, you get hints of perhaps spice or perfume. What do you do?
I'd like to turn to Adrastos, and I'd like to say, you think that's air you're breathing now?
It does smell pretty bad, I agree.
All right, so where to, everybody?
Mind.
Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
Oh, the mind creates your experience of reality, Adrastos. Pick a direction, any direction.
I'll pick the blue pill. I mean this direction.
Love it.
And take a step towards this way.
To the right? Okay.
Yep.
All right, crew. Move your tokens along. So the hallway extends for about 30 feet and then turns north, down some more steps.
Does anyone else find it interesting that there were no guards at this entrance?
I am most confused by the lack of guards here. I feel we are being beckoned onward by some invisible force.
Let's press on to find Miramon.
You are wise, Fantace.
So the room you just entered here, there are 2 pillars you can see. Frescoes cover the walls of this chamber, depicting tigers, serpents, elephants, jackals, and many other animals. One panel features a more monstrous beasts, like chimeras, hydra, an enormous bird with 4 heads. Though these painted creatures are marvelous to behold, the general state of this area is one of neglect. Cobwebs cling to corners, rats scurry by, and the smell of animal waste now hangs in the air.
Animal waste?
Mm-hmm. It didn't smell this bad until you got into this chamber.
Ugh, home.
Where's the the mystical animals? In the north or the south?
It doesn't say, but one
well.
section is, yeah. We'll say the northern wall has the depiction of the mythical creatures.
Benton is going to go and look over that very closely. He's very interested in that.
Yeah, me too. For glory, this looks like a fun battle.
There's also a door right next to that one.
Yep.
It's made of wood reinforced with iron, similar to the one that you entered in upstairs.
Upon seeing this this mural, is it a mural?
The fresco, but yes,
Okay.
Basically.
I'm going to use ability called Primeval Awareness. How do I make it appear? So I can use a spell slot to focus my awareness, and for essentially a minute, I'm sensing whether there is a aberration, celestial dragon, elemental fae, fiend, and/or undead within 1 mile of our location.
Wow, that's awesome.
Does it have any restrictions like?
It doesn't. It just says it. The restriction is it doesn't reveal the location or number, just if they are within a mile around us.
Let's just say it one more time, the categories.
Sure. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Pretty broad scope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you read the next sentence, please? Yeah. It doesn't.
I literally just said that.
He did. He said it. He said it. But so I guess the answer would be. Actually, the answer would be no. Yeah, the answer would be no.
Okay. None
In a
of the
mile?
none of
Yeah.
those types of creatures are present within a mile of me.
Oh.
Yeah, no. It was dragons, fae, elementals, aberrations, undead. Am I missing anything?
Fae,
Fiends?
fiends, and celestials.
And celestials. No, unless Neo counts, but he's not technically here right now.
Right.
No, I don't. No. Mm-mm.
That's interesting.
Nope.
Benton is going to like touch that fresco.
Yeah,
Like,
he can.
prod it.
You can touch it. Yeah, nothing happens when you kind of like caress it.
Benton, don't damage the paint. This is fine painting. The
Uh,
oils in your skin may damage it.
Oh, sorry. Actually, you would be playing him, I guess, but still, just a habit. But Bentley, we'll listen to your commands. Nate, you hear a sort of a growling sound coming from the west. There's a corridor that leads north and west, and the one from the west is where you hear this growling. You also notice that it looks like there's a row of cages here. Cage doors and bars go along this hallway. You notice that they're all broken.
Ugh. Sorry. Ugh, wonder. And I step towards it. But I will tap the prince on the shoulder before I do so. But I will wander over there on my own.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, wonder.
Ugg wonders, and he taps you, Fantace, and he starts to walk towards the corridor. What do you do?
I say, Ugh, go investigate.
I didn't think you'd say that. Okay.
Ugh here.
All right,
And,
Ugg. Yeah. So Ugg, you move further down the corridor, and now that you get to the cages, you can see that the doors and bars are broken open. There are bloodstains, bits of fur, and other signs of, animal remains, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me a nature check, I could tell you what animals these might have been.
That's actually exactly what I would do. So that sounds phenomenal. Apologies. Nature.
Yep.
I do not know what I'm talking about.
What'd you get? A nat 1?
Yeah, we got a nat 1.
Oof, nat 1's not going to cut it. But they are animals, many of them.
Can I try smelling it out?
Yeah,
With
give me
my Loxodon keen smell.
give me a perception check. Yeah.
Okay. So
Does this give you advantage on smell checks? Is that what it is?
yes, because of my trunk.
Gotcha. Go ahead. Total?
Okay, so a 14.
Yeah, one smell is particularly unique to you. You can't place where it's from or what it is. Almost has like an acidity to it. And now that you point that out, Nate, when she says there's like some sort of a when Morpheus says that there's some sort of a unique smell, you look around, you notice there's actually slime in all of these cages as well.
Let's see. Ugh, help. He'll say out loud, loud enough for folks to hear, but he's going to continue checking cages as Prince told him to go.
All right, so unfortunately, what's your passive perception here, Nate?
15.
Okay, so you go to look in one of the cages, and out comes what can only be described as a dog or maybe hyena-like creature as it lunges at you and snaps at your flesh. Let's go into combat.
Excellent. Oh boy. Where would it do this?
Right there. That spot you
Sounds
just
great.
moved to. Yep. Mhm.
Excellent. Alrighty. Kill. And,
All right. Let's go into combat. Ugg's ready to kill.
Ugg's hitting a hot 11.
Hot 11 for Ugg.
Ouch. 8 for Adrastos.
8.
Ugg is really hoping the high rolls start coming.
7.
Teepo, 7.
Wow.
These are horrible initiative rolls.
3.
I'm
I got
having
3.
horrible rolls all game right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think my
Alright,
highest
so-
roll has been like a 7,
I've got
like
Ugg.
pre-bonus.
Yeah, I've got
Wow.
That's a 3 bonus
Maybe a
too.
9.
Wow.
Nah, pre-bonus was a 9. Sorry,
Oh,
I was
pre-bonus.
gonna
Gotcha. Ugg, Morpheus, Adrastos, Teepo, Fantace, and your NPC will go along with you, Fantace.
Mhm.
Let's go with and the creature. The creature's actually gonna probably go first now that I'm just looking. I gotta get the initiative, but I think the creature's gonna go first on you,
say. Yeah,
regardless,
fair
because I
enough.
think it's snuck up
Surprise
on you.
round for sure.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go with the creature first. It's, like I said, it looks like a mix between like a dog and a hyena, but what is really concerning about it is that it looks like it's got this weird slime all over it, and it seems to be drooling out this weird green slime. It's going to attack you, Ugg.
Yep.
What's your armor class again?
It is 16.
Okay, so a 12 is not going to hit you, but you can tell that as it chomps at you, lots of that slime spews out of its mouth. You can tell that probably wouldn't feel too good when it hits you. All right,
Certainly feel that, yeah.
all right. Now we go to Ugg, yourself.
I'm going to feel the rage within as I begin raging. I stare at this dog that pisses me off, and I will go ahead and swing my arm blade at it, which has been unleashed. 15.
All right, a 15. 15 will hit.
Excellent. Let's go. For 6 slashing damage.
Yep, gotcha.
And as I go in with it, I'm also going to then lower my antlers as a bonus action. Nope, I bonus action range. Sorry, got excited. I just did 6.
Right,
Moving
yes,
on.
exactly. Your bonus action was to go into the rage. Got it.
That's right.
All right. All right, so that's your turn. Now we go to Morpheus. Adrastos on deck.
Morpheus, your lips move, but sound does not happen.
Sound is but an illusion of the mind. It has nothing to do with the ear itself, my friend.
Nice.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take out my crossbow. And I'm going to just kind of like wait, you know? If this dog... Wait, no, this dog already attacked. I'm just kidding. Okay,
did, yeah.
I will attack with the crossbow. My bad.
Okay, I'm going to give him some decent cover because of the cages, but you can still make your attack.
Okay, does a 15 hit?
You feel like it would, but it clangs off one of the broken cages that's jutting out into the hallway.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to just kind of come closer. And where? Ooh, I've never played a spell casting class before, so I'm excited.
Nice. Well, yeah,
Um,
you might be able to get some spells in next. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'm gonna come over here, and that's my turn.
All right. So you shoot, you move up to aid your friend Ugg, and you brace for perhaps the next attack. We go to Adrastos.
hearing Ugg, ask for help, I am running with a spear, over my shoulder, full tilt. 25. I can't get close enough. That stinks.
Adrastos.
I will stay where I am right here, and ready in action. If anyone comes within 10 feet of me, I will attack them.
Gotcha. Anyone. So watch out, Teepo.
Yeah. Any non-friendly creature.
Teepo's up.
Can I throw something through all of my friends at this thing?
You want to do what?
Can I throw a weapon through all of my friends at this thing?
Let's see. Cover.
+5 per NPC in the way.
It's going to be a high AC, but yeah, go ahead.
Is it going to get extra AC for me throwing around my companions, or is it just going to get cover for itself?
Well, the cover goes in ranges here, so it's. I'm going to say this would have to be 3/4 cover.
Yeah,
So that's going to be
gonna
+5. Yeah.
So then forget it. I say, Master Fantace, stand back. Lord Bentley and I will take care of these foul creatures. And I'll move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will pull out my falchion and I will strike it.
Okay, go for it.
A crit.
Wow, nice. What do you got?
All right, so it's going to be a total of 12 plus 6. Because my swarm, so I attack, and as I attack, the blade is surrounded by the swarm, doing additional damage
Gotcha.
to the enemy. So it's
Alright,
going to be 12 plus 6, which is 18.
Gotcha. So as you slash into this dog with your, what was it, blade again? It was the
Falchion.
Oh, falchion. Gotcha. As you slash into it, you lop off like chunks of its skin, revealing this green substance beneath it, and it's still up. It still seems fine, almost unaffected by the lopping off of its fur and flesh. All right, now we go to Teepo. Just went. All right. Adrastos, you hear growling coming from the north. You turn, and as the creature reaches here, this spot, that's when your ready to action will go off. You turn and see another dog approaching from the north.
Yeah, I'm also a polearm master, so also I get to have my bonus action take a opportunity attack when they come within range. So yeah, it's going to be 2 attacks.
Cool.
And I'm pumped for it. All right.
Now, although, do they both take your reaction?
No, so my readied action is my action, and my
I believe
reaction is my opportunity, right?
I think a ready to action is using the reaction, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, then
But
I've
still,
always
you
had
would
that.
get your attack.
Yeah, I guess I've always had that mistaken then.
Yeah, well, you could also throw your spear if you wanted to, because it would be too far. So like you could ready an action to hit even if it's different. I'm gonna just look that up though while you go.
Yeah,
But you can make your
so
attack
that's another
either way.
cool thing about Paragon of the Hero
Okay.
is that spear has reach, so I have a 10-foot attack radius.
Right. So you have even though your spear is not a 10-foot reach weapon, you have that with the spear.
Yeah. All right. So I rolled 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. And I did just confirm, when you're ready in action, it lets you use your reaction before the start of your next turn to do the attack.
Shucks. All right.
Okay.
5 damage, piercing.
All right, 5 piercing. And you don't have Sentinel, right? You just polearm?
Just polearm. Yep. 1 feet. And again, because I did that, I'm not going to use Fell the Fallen, because that would be my bonus action. I'll use my reaction, not my bonus action.
Right.
All right, so contested strength to make it
To trip
go
it.
around. Yep. 27.
You're going to beat it. It rolled a 16, but even its bonuses are not going to be as high. So,
Yep, it's knocked prone.
okay, so knocks prone. Let's see. So let's see how far it could move. So let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So here is where you hit it. So now I wonder if this is where it is when it gets hit and it has 10 more feet of movement. Does it have to 10 feet? Probably, right? That's probably how it works.
Doesn't it use half its movement to get up, and it doesn't have half its movement left?
Ah, true. Yeah, it's just straight up half your movement. So if its movement is 40, it takes 20 to stand up.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it can't even stand.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Well
Okay, so
played.
so the dog slumps to the floor. Yep. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, that's true. The chat is gonna ruin you, John. You can't use your bonus action when it's not your turn.
it is correct. I guess that is a reaction.
And that's
All
from
right,
Esper. That's from Esper himself.
Hey, keeping me honest, chat. I appreciate it. I get
Yeah.
excited.
Now let's get this dog in here to do some damage here. Andrew, I rolled a 17 at you. What's your AC?
Hang on, are you attacking
I'm attacking
Fantace?
you. But yeah, you want to use Bentley's
Okay.
reaction?
Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay. 19. So disadvantage 17.
So my AC is 17.
Okay, so that's gonna hit. So here's the damage you take. So the bite itself does 6 piercing damage, but the slime that comes out of its maw, that does an additional 7 acid damage, or sorry, poison damage. So you've got a total of 11. No, sorry, not 11. 13. 6 and 7. 13 damage.
13. Okay.
All right, so that's the first dog's turn. Second dog's turn, excuse me. And then we go to last in the order is Fantace and Bentley.
Well, Fantace will go first. He'll attack with his longsword. He gets a 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
It does 8 slashing damage.
All right, so you slash at it with your longsword. And again,
Yep.
bits of the fur and skin lop right off, revealing more of the green substance beneath it. Bentley?
Bentley will Master! And attack with his longsword.
Mhm.
He gets 11.
And 11. Unfortunately, not going to cut it. The tough hide reflects the sword in
Oh,
this
okay.
instance. Right.
Okay, that's it for me then.
And no movement. I assume you don't want to risk an attack.
No.
Okay, so that's the end of the round here. And at the end, let's see, where was that? Here we go. All right, so from the other end, Teepo. Another dog enters the fray here. Total of 23.
Ooh, that's gonna hit.
So again, piercing damage. Ooh, 10. 10 piercing damage. And your poison damage is going to be 4. Do you have any effect on the poison? Is there
I
any
don't-
resistances for being Ichorite? I forget.
I don't believe it mentions anything about that.
So then you take a total of 14 damage.
It's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage for your soldier, your stone soldier. Or what are you made of? You decided to go something different?
Terracotta.
Terracotta. Love it. All right. Now we go to the top of the order again. Ugh, and then we've got... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first dog gets to go. Ugh. AC?
16.
Okay, 15. Near miss here. But the dog, you can tell, is gonna continue to pursue you. We go to Ugh, and then Morpheus, Adrastos. That's the order so far.
Excellent. Ugg will see the oncoming threat from my statue friend. Teepo, no. And he will stand back about, 5 more feet, conveniently so, and then sprint towards that bad guy.
Which are you talking?
The one attacking Teepo. So from here, gaining his rush ability as the Rever Barbarian. And here, I will use the shove feature. So I will try to push it back 10 feet and knock it prone.
Oh, I see. Can you still use more movement after that? Like, are you allowed to follow it up and move out of Teepo's way?
I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure. But
Okay.
what I am trying to do is defeat it. I am still getting the attack of my... I have to defeat it. Maybe I should
Gotcha.
read this. I can attempt to push the target up to 10 feet and knock it prone on a successful shove. This seems to be a shove attempt, is what it says in the ruling here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to guess strength, essentially.
Yeah, go ahead. I just rolled for the dog.
Okay, so strength.
You get athletics if you want to take that. Well, doesn't matter.
A nat 1, Nate?
Are you kidding?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to run into it, and I'm going to fail miserably.
Yeah, you run in, you hit it, and you feel like you would have given it a good shove. It was your best attempt. The dog doesn't budge an inch, and you back up. So yeah, you have used 15 feet of your movement, right? So you have
yes.
10 more. Yeah, you can.
I don't know if I have a bonus action with that one.
So if that says that that's your action, or it's like a
It is
like
an
a
action.
shove,
The shove
then you
would
still
be
have
the
a bonus action. Yeah, you still have a bonus action.
Well, then out of anger, I turn and antler the one next to me.
Okay.
You don't even get the attack if the rush fails.
No, I don't believe so.
So the rush is the attack, right? It's like a shove attack. So
I see.
yeah. So ultimately, it's like a swing and a
There
miss.
we go. Sorry. Here is no. That's rage. That's not what
That's
I wanted
okay.
to do. There's rush for folks to read.
Gotcha.
That's straight out of the book.
Gotcha.
I bonus action to antlers it. It worked, and antlers hit for max damage for an 8.
Nice. And the
So
total
they're giving
damage
me
was a
some
21.
Good damage.
Perfect.
Yeah, that
So-
would be on the one right next to me.
Gotcha. So, okay, a couple things. So when you ran into this dog to the left, you then bounced off it. You ran backwards again, left it square, it attacked you, but it didn't hit you. It rolled a 13. So no big deal there. You drew its attack of opportunity. And then your antlered the top one, the one that's the first dog you found. And
Right.
when you antler it, you stab it right in its skull, right? And in fact, you're able to get your horn right into the mouth, and you feel like you must have killed this dog with 8 piercing damage. You actually lift your antler up, and most of the entire skin just almost slides right off. It's the grossest sound. It's just like you like basically slide its skin off, and underneath you see this just horrifying green mass underneath. And that seems to still be moving and active.
So attached to my antlers?
The skin of the dog is attached to your antlers.
Oh,
yes.
okay. So I just lifted the skin off. Gotcha.
Yeah, you lifted the skin off, and this green mass is still remaining, and it seems to be moving around. Pseudopod arms moving around. Everyone knows how much I love oozes in this channel, so
Ugh, no.
Yeah, I picked my
even-
weapon specifically for this, Bob.
Even,
Did you?
even Ugg finds this look, and Ugg is a bestial abomination appearance. He finds this look very disgusting.
yeah, he
So,
does.
This is bad.
Okay. All right, so that's Ugg's turn. Then we go to Morpheus and Adrastos.
Okay, so I feel like at this point there are many people who have taken a significant amount of damage.
I think a couple people have taken some damage. Yeah, I think Fantace. Teepo?
I've taken damage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is
Bug
one.
fine.
All right. Then is one of you like in a very bad way? I forget. I'm sorry. I should have taken notes. I will do better.
I'm not in a dire situation. With one attack, I've taken a little over a third of my health.
Wow, you guys are chunky. Okay. In that case, I will cast Guiding Bolt on this dog right here. The one
Gotcha.
that Ugg just tried to so valiantly tried to attack.
Yeah, go ahead. Make your attack action on this one.
Okay. I do that. No?
You might for this one because the spell. I don't know if it will automatically roll the spell's dice attack. You could just roll your attacks to see what it does. I don't know if is there a way to actually click on it?
If you dragged it into your spells, it should be on the regular sheet, the core sheet, under attacks and spellcasting.
If not, then it might not be clickable. Right.
It's okay. I'll just manually type it in.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fine.
did you check attacks and spellcasting? Is it not there?
Oh, but you know what? A critical hit's going to be a critical hit.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
So it does
okay.
46 normally. So you're going to double this to 86.
8d6.
That's decent. That's decent.
All right, I like that. Okay, so that's a 25.
Nice. 25. Awesome. All right, you can see the skin start to melt off of this one. It looks like it's got, just a tiny bit of its hide still remaining, but you could see most of the green residue coming through underneath.
Okay, and also this is radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
So okay, cool.
Oh yeah. It melts through its flesh and fur. As I said, mostly all the dog remaining parts are gone.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
That's awesome. 25, nice. All right, so you want to stick around, or are you going to move out to the main area, or stay in the cage area?
I will move to this spot right here.
All right. Then we go to Adrastos.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the person that is attacking my dear prince.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Slide over here. Take an attack on this creature. With my one-handed spear. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah. 9 piercing damage.
Right, so this dog is in a similar way as most of the fur is kind of being cut off. Still up though. Still has the dog-like appearance for the moment. So that's your attack. Anything else?
What is wrong with this creature? Fantace, get away! And I will make my strength athletics check for knocking it prone.
Gotcha. This is where you
It's a
might
20.
come in handy here. I got a total of 14, so you win. So it knocks it prone.
Yep.
All right. And then we go to the creature. So that creature will spend half of its movement to stand. And it's going to attack you, Adrastos. What's your armor class? Pretty high, right?
18. It's plugged in.
It's going to hit you with a 22 in total.
Ooh.
So let's go with the bite. The piercing damage is going to be 10. And the poison damage is going to be 7. So a total of 17. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So it bites you, and the acid, again, starts to wear away at your armor and it seeps into your skin. It's hurting, but you've had worse.
Ah!
Right.
I would expect nothing less.
Teepo is up.
All right. Sorry, did Morpheus attack the slime creature? The slimy one?
No, Morpheus hit the dog in front of you for 25.
Oh, okay. So I will strike the same dog with my falchion. A 19 to hit.
Connects.
Cool. And
Bug-like.
it will do 8 slashing plus 5 additional swarm damage.
5 additional. Okay, gotcha. All right, so again, similar to the other, this dog, its skin slumps off to the floor, and all that's left is that green, oozing creature beneath. Replace this with that dog. Okay. All right. And then we go to Fantace, unless Teepo has anything else.
Bentley's going to go first. He's going to go move there, and he's going to attack with his longsword.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 17.
17 will hit.
Eight slashing damage.
Very nice. Similarly, now all the dogs are in their ooze form. You said 8, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what does Fantace do now that he sees this horrifying creature revealed?
He's going to smash it with his longsword.
Nice.
He's going to move up here, back to the wall. Abomination. Take Tempestus. 18 to hit.
Wow. That'll do it.
Oh, 11 slashing damage.
So this is the first attack that goes against the, now the dog is, sorry, hold on one second. Now that the dog's been revealed to be this creature underneath, you could see that it was much easier to hit. Almost like the hide of the dog was giving it some sort of benefit. It seems a bit more slow and or at least easier to hit because of the layer of skin that's been lopped off. And you connect with it, and it splashes as your blade cuts through it. All right, so it seems to all damage it though.
Right.
Anything else from you, Fantace?
That's it for now.
Okay. All right, then at the end, the last one is going against Teepo. Teepo, now that you see this is not in dog form, it's going to reach out a pseudopod to hit you. And not going to hit, not going to connect with a total of 8, but you can see it's like pure slime, a arm of slime that comes out. Right, that's the end of the round. We go to the top. Ugh. Oh, sorry, dog and then Ugh. This dog first, and then Ugh. Ugh, your AC was 15, you said?
16 indeed.
16. Gotcha. Again, its pseudopod arm extends, trying to connect with you, grab onto one of your fungus, but you avoid it rather easily. You're up, Ugh.
The rage overtakes Ugg as he realizes he had advantage on the previous attack and did not realize it.
Ugh.
And the rage overwhelms him as he takes a step back again and
Ugh.
readies up, almost Looney Tunes style, with his legs as they begin pedaling as he sprints towards this one, battling Teepo. Teepo, move! As he sprints towards him, simply going for a melee attack, and this will be just a regular old melee attack. That'll be a 23.
So the glory of your charge here, it's going to hit now. So
However-
tell us what the... Yeah, go ahead.
So I get to do my arm blade 5 slashing, but I also get to throw a little 7d10 at you. So I do 12 with my rush attack and immediately swipe with my claws out of my anger. With my bonus action, rolling a hot nat 1 for the 3rd time tonight.
I was gonna say that might have been your third one in this combat. Yeah.
He's real angry, but he's happy he landed the big one. So
yeah. So total damage is what?
Swung away.
12 is what I'm counting here.
12, yeah.
Okay, so 12 total damage. That puts you at. Yep. Okay, I see. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is pretty hurt. I mean, you've hit it quite a bit. Teepo's laid into it. So has Morpheus. It's still standing though.
Ugh, no like.
All right, so you have to get an attack of opportunity though, because you left its space.
Oh, I did. I probably would have last time too. So we'll balance out.
Oh,
that
I took it
advantage.
last time.
Oh, you just missed. Okay.
I missed you. I rolled like a 13. Yeah.
Yeah. So swing away, big dog.
20 on the not a crit. 20 dirty crit.
That'll hit.
Or dirty
That'll
20.
hit.
Excuse me. Let's go with so the pseudopod arm extends out, and you might not like this, Nate. So when the pseudopod arm reaches out to hit you, you're gonna take, whatever your damage. This is the bludgeoning, so you half this. Wow. Okay, so 3. So you take 1. Right?
Excellent.
Take
Yep,
1.
I do
Plus.
take. Yep.
The poison.
Go ahead.
11.
Almost like I'm resistant to poison, though.
Yes, you are. So it's really 5.
Excellent. So 6.
6 so far. However, you are grappled.
Wow. Bludgeoning,
Alright.
poison, and grappling. This,
Yep. So the target is grappled, and until it ends, you are
Tough pup.
restrained, so you can't move, and you're gonna stay right back in this spot. I'm actually gonna have to say that we'll have to move you somewhere. We'll move you into the cage, and that's where you'll stay for your
Hey,
final
Bob,
position.
my bad on the last one. I should have added +2 on the damage.
Okay,
while
I
was
could add that.
raging.
Yeah,
But, yep. I'm in the cage. Okay.
yeah.
You
So
really
you
don't
slide
wanna
into one of the
cage me.
cages.
All
They
right,
try to
so
cage Ugg. Yeah.
1 and then 5. Okay.
All right. All set.
right. I will be out of there soon. Oh, not happy.
Morpheus, then Adrastos.
Nate, I think the rage damage is programmed in there because it has your roll +2 +2.
You sure?
Yeah.
We'll double check it, and then when we get to it, if I have to change it, I can. It's only 2 points. Michelle, Morpheus is up.
Okay. So I am going to, at this point, I look around. I see that these oozes are doing terrible things. I'm going to throw my head back, and I will bellow, Neo! I'm going to use a spell slot, and I'm going to cast Celestial Servant, and I'm going to summon Neo.
You want to bring him in, or you want me to do it?
Well, what do you mean, like in
Like a
terms of
token.
a token?
Yeah. You wanna-
I guess you can. Or here, I got it. All right, so I'm gonna summon him here, on the other side of the ooze.
Hmm.
And then now it's Neo's turn, right? Because like I'm out of actions as
Good
Morpheus.
question. That's a great question. Neo does go on your turn after you, or
Either before
you?
or after.
So then, yeah, you would go.
Okay. Apologies, everyone. I'm doing this for the first time, straight from the words of Esper the Bard himself. So, okay. So, Neo goes now, and I would like Neo to use the move Slam.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so this is a melee weapon attack, +3 to hit, +3 to hit, 1d6 + 1 bludgeoning damage. Okay.
And what's your total to hit?
Man, I'm sorry. I don't think I did this right. I think I have to.
That's all right. Just roll the d20. It's all good. Oh, Michelle, you're not going to like this.
Oh, it was a 5 anyway.
5. Okay, so Neo enters in, and kind of like Neo at the beginning of the Matrix, he's just trying to figure out, how to work this Matrix thing. Trying to learn kung fu, and he misses. So we'll see if Neo can make up for it later. But for right now, he's at least a body and a distraction.
All right. He's trying really hard.
He's
but
trying.
He's a little disoriented.
Of course. First time he's really been disconnected.
It's the first time he's using his eyes, even.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we go to Adrastos and then Teepo.
Yes, I'm going to continue my attack on this abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! People shall sing songs of the day I killed such a creature. 23 to attack.
That'll do it.
9 piercing damage.
Nice.
And I'm going to attempt to knock it prone.
Gotcha.
20. Wow. Where's all the those are the crits. All right.
It falls down to the ground for sure.
It's a cube. I don't even know if it has the ability to be prone. I don't know.
That's true. It doesn't really. I don't think it has anything here that would suggest that it. Let's see if I could look it up, but I'll keep going. But is that anything else on your turn?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Oh, it is. Yep. Condition immunity prone. Yep. So
Okay.
you hit it. You turn it over like Play-Doh. And
Well,
then,
if that's the case,
stays
then I also have the option to knock it back. I'd like to, instead of knocking it prone, knock it 5 feet away from me.
But is it a choice?
Yes.
So you tested the waters, you flipped it over like Play-Doh, and you realized, oh, damn, this thing doesn't have any up or down. So now, in the future, push.
Yeah, it
Right.
says in the future. I'm sorry. It says if you win the contest, you push the target 5 feet away
Yeah.
from you, or knock it prone.
Or yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's immune to being prone. So you flip it up, like I said, like a lump of dough, and next time. All right. So that creature's gonna go next, and it's gonna just give you a big old hug, John.
Oh yeah, I love it. Goodbye, everyone.
12. It's not enough to touch Adrastos, mighty Adrastos. So it does try, though, to grab onto you, and it's just going to fail. But it is going to be unprone, standing normal, right here. All right, now we go to the bottom of the order here. Teepo and then Fantace.
All right. I will attack the slime creature in front of me.
Gotcha, go ahead. Teepo.
Well, I finally missed.
Anything else from you?
Now I have to hit the creature to use my
All your
swarm.
stuff, yeah. All right, Fantace, what you got?
Bentley's going to go first with his long sword.
That's going to connect
22
for
to
it.
hit.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
Oh, 4 slashing damage.
4 slashing. And you?
Well, I'm going to smash it with my long sword. You know, I lose lucky and I roll that again.
Okay. Nice.
19.
Go ahead, Fantace. Only
Fuck
fitting that the
like.
prince kills it.
11 slashing damage.
Fantace, how do you
I
kill this
slash it.
creature?
I step forward, I slash it right through the middle. It splatters everywhere, but nothing hits me. A little
Just
bit gets on Bentley.
Adrastos and Bentley.
And I
Yeah.
s- and I move into the space it was once.
Yeah, so you
I shout
slash
with a
into
mighty
it.
roar. Roar.
That's right. All right, leading by example here, the prince. All right, now we go to the bottom, the last dog here. We'll attack Neo, the new assailant. Neo's armor is well, a 2 is not going to hit it. So Neo's armor's 14, right?
Yes.
All right, so not going to hit with a low roll like that, but Neo is priority number 1 now. We go to top of the order here. The dog next to Ugg. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, I'm still going to do that, but the creature actually is continuing to grapple, I believe, Ugg, right? This creature was grappling Ugg.
Yeah.
That's the one? No, I thought it was this one over here.
This one, the one that was in front that you took an attack of opportunity from.
Oh,
'Cause you
okay.
left
Yep.
its space.
Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, I misunderstood before.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yep,
so,
that's the one.
yeah, either way, even if I had attacked you, it would have missed with a 2, so not a big deal. But you're still paralyzed. Oh, excuse me. Restrained. You're not
Grappled.
paralyzed. Yeah, you're restrained and grappled.
Wait, restrained and grappled?
Both. Yep, it does both. So the target is restrained and grappled until this effect ends. You have to try to break free. That's why you couldn't move.
Gotcha.
All right.
My turn, yeah?
Although I guess if I attacked a restrained creature, I would have had advantage. But I called it on Neo, so my fault. All right, let's go to top of the order then. Ugg, and then Morpheus is on deck.
I will not stand for being grappled by some measly dog,
Well, this is no dog now.
but I will stand for it as I will.
Don't you have advantage on strength checks when you're raging?
Yes.
That is advantage, Stefano.
Oh, it sure is.
That's how much fun it is. Anger overwhelms me. I still have a bonus action, right?
You do. It's your turn, yeah.
I have disadvantage on a bonus action? Is that a thing?
So when you're restrained, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the
Right.
creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Oh. So I just am a normal attack.
You
No,
can attack.
disadvantage.
Yeah, you
It
just
is
have
a-
disadvantage, yeah.
Yep, nope. Bonus action, I'm coming at you because it's ridiculous and I'm angry.
Yeah, because
Claws.
you use your action to try to break
Yeah.
free. Yeah.
I did. So that's an 11. Hot 11.
That'll
Wow.
probably
You're
hit
just
an
not
ooze.
rolling what you need right now, Nate. You're just rolling so bad.
Thank
Well,
you, Bob.
The dog,
it
the dog
feels
is
this way.
grappling you, connected with you. You're really in tune with this dog.
Wait, the 11 doesn't hit the ooze?
It does not.
Ah.
And apparently I'm so disheartened by this that slumps into a sad not rage anymore because he...
Gotcha.
Wait. No, I still stay
You
in a
drop
rage.
your
as long
rage?
as- Wait, as
No,
long
no.
as I try
You
to
attacked.
attack him.
You attacked.
You're
You're
Fine,
good.
it's my first
Yeah.
part.
You
Appreciate
attacked.
it. Thank you.
All right,
Alright,
so
I'm still angry.
still angry, still grappled, still restrained, still raging.
All the things.
All the things. Morpheus is up, and then Adrastos.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with my bonus action this turn. And for that, I'm gonna cast, I don't know what, Trial of Ascension. Where I'm sorry, I did not know
Oh, yeah.
how to set up a character sheet on Roll20.
No, it looks like you
sorry,
have all
my
the
notes for
information
myself.
correct. No,
I
it
just
looks like you have
copied it
all.
down manually from the book, so
That's
so
okay.
this works.
You have it all
Um,
there.
Yeah. So I'm going to levitate in the air, and then I'm also going to make a wisdom check. And then based on that wisdom check, some fun things happen.
What you
Is
got?
the gist.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, oh yeah, I see it all. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm hovering 20 feet in the air, and I'd like to fly over to right over where Teepo is.
Sure.
No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stand over Neo instead.
Gotcha.
Okay, there we go. That's where I'm gonna go. And then I am going to cast can I cast Prayer of Healing?
No, that takes 10 minutes.
Oh.
That spell's a longer one, but you can cast as a regular action. There's all the other ones you might. Which ones did you take?
How about Aid? Can I cast Aid at this moment? Yes, it takes one action.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to cast Aid, and I'm going to increase the max HP and current HP of Teepo, Adrastos, and Fantace.
Nice.
By how many?
By 5. Oh,
So-
I apologize. Can I can I take away Fantace and add Ugg? Apologies. I forgot Ugg was right there.
Sure.
Actually,
So
you actually
it's-
can only do people within 30 feet. So you
30
can do
feet, so
yourself, me, and Ugg.
30 feet
Oh.
or Neo, I guess. It's 3 creatures with range, but you probably want to keep yourself right in that
Yeah. Okay. Apologies for the
range. Each
confusion.
target points. Yeah. You could use yourself. I think. I don't think there's anything that says you can't use it here. So yeah, you choose yourself. Teepo, Ugg, you get 5.
You're
Your
within
max
30
increased
feet
by
of all
5.
of us now, right?
No, don't use the grid is not aligned, so it's just count the steps.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh.
5, 6 brings you right to here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Then, jeez. Thanks, guys. I'll cast 8 on the 3 of us.
The great thing is that all took 6 seconds, so it's all good.
The magic of D&D.
All right, so that we go
Like.
to Adrastos.
I'm still just mystified by the grid alignment.
I didn't align it to the grid.
It's all good. I'm going to look over at Prince Fantace and say, "Ah, you are good with the sword. I chose a good man to follow." And sprint off
It is just luck.
into the distance here. 10, 15, 20. And then attack the creature that's still hanging out
slime,
in the side here. Yep.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm going to maintain a 10-foot. I don't think I can justify reach. There we go. In here. I'll attack from here. There we go.
Sure.
Now I feel better about justifying that. Otherwise, I was like, that's a little
Sure.
easy.
Just put yourself in the corner. It's all good.
Nobody
slime-
puts Adrastos in the corner. He puts himself there.
Oh, look at that.
Bang.
I'll take the crit any day.
Nice. Nat 20 for 26. What's your damage on this one?
Let's see if Adrastos knows how to schedule this correctly. Oh, it worked.
Nice.
All right.
Astos.
Very
is,
nice.
Yep.
Very, very nice. Gotcha. All right. These last 2 slimes are hanging around. Adrastos, the one...
Can
You
I attempt to
killed-
push it 5 feet away?
You can't go anywhere. It's stuck, but
Okay.
it can't go any
You can
further
knock
back.
it prone.
Yeah, try knocking it prone again. We go to Teepo.
You're not going to try to knock it prone so I can get advantage on
It
it?
can't be
It doesn't
prone.
work. We already tried that.
Can't be prone.
Oh.
It's
sorry.
like Play-Doh.
I missed that. All right. I will attack. I'll attack the one that Adrastos just attacked with Falchion.
Nice.
16.
16. You absolutely slash into it.
And I get 11 total. 6
Nice.
slashing plus 5 from the swarm.
And that'll do it for that ooze. How do you kill that ooze? Does the swarm pick at it? Do the
Yeah.
birds eat it? What?
The bird, they just start picking it up and putting all little droplets of it in different tiny little directions, so it can't reconstitute
Oh,
itself.
that's great.
This reminds me
That's-
of Flubber.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And I turn to Adrastos and I go,
Good job, Teepo.
is my bonus action.
Okay. Works. And the last, but not least, is Fantace and Bentley.
So Bentley's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to go here and throw a javelin at it.
Okay, so he runs and throws a javelin.
You can tell. I'll just roll and you can tell me what cover or whatever I get. I get 19 to hit.
Ooh, that's gonna hit for sure.
Ah, he hits it right in the center. 6 piercing damage.
All right, Bentley. You do that last one, and the javelin. Good thing Morpheus is floating in the air because the javelin goes right through the ooze, passes through Neo's feet, and Morpheus, you see the javelin just slide to the end of the hallway. The oozes have been defeated.
And the ooze splatters all over.
Yep.
Teepo,
All over
mainly.
Neo.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume all over Ugg that it was grappling indefinitely.
That's true, yeah. There's just some slime left, residue left on you, Ugg.
Take that, you slimy fiend.
This really is turning into Neo's birth scene.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. That's what I was
Good
thinking.
throw, Bentley. I was inspired by you, Master.
Oh,
We
Bentley.
make a great team. Yes, it's
Wait.
so great to be together.
Wait. You gotta have Bentley speak more. We need to hear Bentley. What is... Wait, what did Bentley say to you when he killed it?
I said, take that, you horrible fiend. Good throw, Bentley. I was inspired by you, Master.
I turn.
We make a great team.
I
I bring you to your best self.
We just need to have
Indeed.
a solo shot here with the Prince and
Yeah.
Bentley. Just Andrew
Does
talking to
Andrew
himself.
even know he's playing D&D right now? Is he just, just talking to himself?
Oh gosh.
I turn to Lord Bentley, and I say, Lord Bentley, it is not nice to call our new friend UG a horrible fiend.
I was referring to the mold thing. The
Oh,
slimy thing.
my apologies. And my apologies to you, UG.
Adrastos, why are you hiding
like-
in this cell?
I
Okay,
come out
Bentley.
with giving him like a big slap on the back and saying, "Ha ha! You all are uninteresting folk. I have chosen good people to fight alongside. Let's continue onward and out of this foul-smelling place."
Yeah,
This door
so
intrigues me. I must open it.
let me give you a couple of things about your surroundings here. So obviously the pens that Ugg first discovered are all broken and open, and remains of various animals are in here. You can tell that they're not all dogs, but that whatever these things did, they took on the bodies of those dogs, any dogs that were in the cages. And yes, there is a door here that you seem pretty keen on opening. It enters into what you don't know exactly where it's going, but it does seem like it's a very reinforced door, something that would probably want to stay locked. And there are a couple of different corridors coming out of here. To the north, where the one dog approached from, that's a passageway from that main hallway with the mosaics in it. And then all the way to the west, there's one long hallway that goes north for quite a bit, and then it turns into the darkness. So, there's a lot of options here, and I think where it's a 11:15 here on the East Coast, so I think what we'll do is we'll stop here. We'll put a pause on it. Our next scheduled date for this adventure is Wednesday, and I'm just going to make sure I have the exact date correct. Wednesday the 22nd. Correct, everybody? That's what I told you?
Yep.
Okay, good. So Wednesday the 22nd. So we're going to stop it here for
Yes,
tonight.
I believe so.
Mhm.
We'll pick it back up here Wednesday the 22nd as we're in the Tarab'ir Palace. And I want to thank all of my players here for being such awesome performers and diving into this new book, Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. And just as a reminder, there are links down in the description to Esper's website where you can not only buy this adventure, Blood Lament, but also the book. If I'm not mistaken, you can buy the book. And if Esper's in the chat, you can also confirm Esper's Emporium of Esoterica, where everyone here made their characters from. And I'll also post in the description after this a bit more of a complete round out of their characters as to more details as to what they are than you see here on the name placards. But so far, what do you think, everybody?
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah,
This
pretty
is
good.
so fun.
I love this.
I need to explore more.
Yeah.
The DM is phenomenal. The book is phenomenal. Bentley is phenomenal.
Bentley is phenomenal.
He really came out of his shell here. All right.
Yeah.
He's actually. I was most looking forward to playing Bentley actually.
It was that was
gotta
the
have
ace
him
in
speak.
the hole late in the episode.
Prince Fonte better watch out. I think pretty sure we're all gonna be following Bentley.
Well, yeah.
By the way, before we close here, I just want to talk about that last comment. So, the book, Esper's Emporium, has a bestiary with all the monsters that were created, right? So these monsters are obviously pulled from it. So these things you've never seen in D&D before. This was called, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but a Doozeldog, I believe.
Nice.
It's a really fun name, and it's
Yeah,
awesome
visit
because I love oozes, and this is like a ooze in disguise. It's even better. So I'm happy.
Cool.
Awesome dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I fight an ooze more often than anything else on your channel. Like besides like humanoid,
I know, I
ooze
love
is
'em.
more specific than any other creature.
Is that the first time an ooze hasn't killed somebody? Your oozes are like lethal.
I know, I do have a bunch of leaf oozes, but all right. So I think we'll leave it here at this point. We'll put a stop here. We'll pick it back up next week on Wednesday. Thank you for everyone watching on YouTube and Twitch. And don't forget, we will see you on the tabletop. Have a great night, everybody.
Adios, everybody.
Yeah.
Goodbye.